Hello, I am Xarkun, and this is World of Warships Legends. Today I've got your patch notes update for the April 2021 patch of World of Warships Legends, which marks the 2-year anniversary of this game. My, how time flies. What's in store for us when the update drops on April 12th, 2021? Well, quite a bit, actually, and this update is more substantial than the last, so let's dive right in. First up, though, a bit of an advertisement. Since this is the 2-year anniversary update, we are going to be seeing some discounts and free goodies. For the first week of the update, there will be a general sale in the store with discounts reaching up to 35% for one-time offers and 25% discounts on numerous premium ships that are not named in the notes. Global XP will have a conversion bonus amounting to 35 points of GXP per doubloon instead of the usual 25, and there will be gifts, aka freebies, in the store. And then finally, a first win bonus will be applied for certain ships. They are Tier 3 and higher aircraft carriers. Yes, that's right, CVs are being fully added to the game, and this time it's not a test. Here's what we know about the aircraft carrier debut. Carrier lines will appear for America and Japan at Tiers 3, 5, and 7, so every other tier, as I suspected they would. The actual ships are, for America, the Langley at Tier 3, Ranger at Tier 5, and Lexington at Tier 7. For Japan, Hosho at Tier 3, Ryujo at Tier 5, and Shokaku at Tier 7. Thankfully, there can be no more than one CV per team, and the matchmaking will be mirrored, meaning if one team has a CV, then the other must have one as well. Since the carriers are a new branch of the tech trees, a few things should be noted about how you have to grind to them. First, you must unlock the Tier 3 battleships of the respective nations in order to unlock the Tier 3 carrier. Second, CVs will require more XP than other ships to unlock, apparently around 50k more XP. Wargaming says they feel this steeper XP price is justified, since CVs are more influential on the battlefield due to their spotting abilities, and I'm happy that they are aware of this and making them just a little bit harder to grind to. 2 missions to obtain special CV commanders will be available for the duration of this update, and the post-battle service costs for CVs will be the same as other ship types at each tier. And now we have a pretty detailed list of changes being made to CVs and surface ships since the airstrike test mode. So the changes to CVs. HE bomb damage has been increased. Aircraft torpedo damage and range have been increased. Tier 3 planes have increased speed. Tier 5 planes have increased hit points. Tier 3 planes have improved bomb dropping accuracy. And CVs will receive course plotting, that is, choose a square on the map and send your carrier there on autopilot like you can on PC. This is actually the only change I really think was necessary. Also, though, another necessary change, torpedo skills of existing commanders like Tanaka will now correctly affect the plane-dropped torpedoes. Forgot about that one, but that is a good change. Also, the French commander, the base one, Fournet, I think he's called, his base trait does something to the high explosive, and that will also affect HE bombs on carriers. Changes to surface ships to help them combat air threats. Ships from Tier 5 to Legendary will receive 2 charges of the defensive AA fire consumable, which boosts AA damage for a short period of time. The consumable is available in the second slot, and when selected, will replace the existing consumable, which means there will be trade-offs for some ships, which might have to give up sonar for defensive AA. Every commander has also received the All-Out AA skill, which passively boosts the range and power of their ship's anti-aircraft defenses. Togo and Dewey both receive skills specifically for carriers in order to make them usable as base commanders for the new CV lines. Every ship of Tier 4 and higher has the option to install AA Gun Mod 1 in the first mod slot, which improves anti-aircraft capabilities. Also, every Tier 7 and Legendary ship will get the option to use Anti-Aircraft Gun Mod 3 in the fourth mod slot. Hopefully, these changes turn out to be good ones. I will, of course, cover CVs as soon as possible. I do have a bit of global XP built up in order to grind more quickly through at least one carrier line. But enough about carriers. Let's talk about the new campaign called Limit Breaker. The reward for the campaign is the Tier 7 IJN Premium Cruiser Suzuya, which is the 155mm gun variant of the Mogami. You can see the teaser trailer footage of the ship playing in the background here. The Admiralty backing for this campaign costs the usual 2,500 doubloons. The weekly Havoc missions will start every week, but all of them will run until the end of the update. So you could potentially not do any of them until the final week and attempt to perform an epic speedrun grind, although that probably isn't advisable. Legendary ships will again be usable for Havoc missions, but completing Havoc missions in Legendaries will discard the same mission set for regular tier ships. And there are hard mode challenges to earn medals for those who wish to finish the campaign earlier and can complete the hard modes. A detailed list of the campaign rewards is provided in the patch notes, which you can, of course, read by following the link I left in the description of this video. But moving on now, arena battles are coming back for Seasons 2 and 3. There's not much in the patch notes about the two new seasons, but it does say that the top 3 brackets, that is, the top 1%, top 10%, and top 25%, will all receive steel. So it sounds like the steel payout might be the most substantial we've seen yet. There will be an article soon with more details. The last piece of content before we get into balance changes and miscellaneous improvements is Golden Week content. Golden Week is apparently a series of holidays celebrated in Japan that starts annually with the Emperor's birthday and culminates in Children's Day. To commemorate this event, several new items are being introduced, including themed skins for Kongo, Asashio, and Yamato. Asashio also will be available for 12,500 doubloons for the duration of the event. So if anybody didn't get that ship and is interested, now you'll have your chance. And also a golden flag will be available for 1,000 doubloons so Wargaming can see if purely cosmetic items such as flags are in demand. And I hope they are, because I would probably pay some money for some cosmetic items. Other content for Golden Week will be revealed soon. Now on to balance changes, many of which are quite substantial. The 105mm secondary guns on German battleships will now be able to pen 20mm of armor, which means they will be able to do damage against almost all destroyers, which is something they previously couldn't do. So that will go a ways toward making the German secondaries more effective. And this, I think, is a welcome change that I hope is not the last buff to German secondaries. I'd like to see them all get the German quarter pen for their high explosive. That would turn them into what they're supposed to be, or at least what they are on PC. That's not happening right now. The best we've got is the 20mm armor penetration of the 105s, but maybe someday. Ashitaka, Tier 6 Premium Japanese battleship, is getting a buff. The main gun reload is being reduced by 1 second. Warhammer Premium ships Ragnarok and Ignis Purgatio, which are not good, receive better Citadel armor, so okay, better repair parties, and a single charge of the main battery reload booster consumable. And finally, balance change. Some battleships will finally get the choice of using the concealment mod in the third mod slot. They are Ashitaka, Nagato, Amagi, Yamato, Key, Vanguard, Ragnarok, and Ignis Purgatio. Not a very fantastic list of ships with access to this mod. I really hope this is a choice that will be given to all battleships in the future, and the patch notes do hint that that is possible. Last balance change of note, division mates in Tier 6 and Tier 7 battles will spawn closer to each other. And now we're getting toward the end. All that's left are the miscellaneous changes and bug fixes, but there is only one miscellaneous change that I think is worth mentioning. The others, along with the bug fixes, can be found in the patch notes if you're interested in seeing what they are. The miscellaneous change of the most interest, 2 new maps are being added. Solomon Islands for Tier 3 and Tier 4 battles, and Hotspot for Tiers 6 through Legendary tier. And finally, new premium ships that will probably be released during the update are the Tier 6 Soviet battleship October Revolution, whose Russian name I cannot pronounce at all, so we're just going to call it the October Revolution, and the Tier 5 Italian destroyer Leone, which, interesting. So, actually, that's pretty much it for the update. Sounds like a content-rich one, and an update that many players have been eagerly anticipating because of the carriers. Personally, I'm more interested in the secondary changes and the 155mm gun Mogami, but let me know what you think about the update in the comments below. Are you excited? What are you looking forward to? Give the video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it, and thank you so much for watching. I will see you next time. Goodbye.